Welcome back to the official Atari Games podcast. This is Jason here, joined by a trio of return guests from inside Atari. We got Ethan Stearns, VP of Games. Welcome back, Ethan.
Hey.
Hey.
Sam
Brown.
Can I redo mine?
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Edit that out.
Nope. Sam Brown, publishing coordinator. Welcome back
Hi
to the
there.
show.
Thank you.
And Shah-Rukh Faridi, marketing coordinator. Shah, welcome back.
I'm back. The people have spoken, and they demanded me back, and I'm back.
Yeah, definitely. We saw that. All the comments. All right, bring back Shah.
It's true.
Here we are. This was definitely totally a planned episode because I absolutely had something for sure to talk about. So everybody's gathered here today. We're honestly just we're gonna have some fun here. Have some fun.
I love fun.
Done a lot of this one's for the audio listeners. All right, the YouTube listeners have had it good for too long with us playing games, showing RCT Classic on Switch, showing Power Rangers, showing Tetris Forever, showing all these games. But what about the conversation? What about the dialogue? What about the rambling? Where is that? Well, here it is. We're here. But first, not rambling, we got some housekeeping to take care of course. Review us on iTunes, podcast services, say nice things, comment on the YouTube video, as I just talk smack about the YouTube video listeners, or watchers, I guess. Anyway, there's a new Discord link. Everybody's now on the Atari Club. So that's linked down below.
Club.
Click that, join the Atari Club. There is a podcast forum in the new Discord. So you can find that, ask questions there. Feel free to tag me like Gnawed Toast did on the old Discord. Gnawed Toast wrote on November 28th at 7:19 p.m. I got really specific with this copy paste. Jason, where is this? Gnawed Toast, you wrote this. This is on you. Where is the thing getting released? Night Dive said this year, and you're running out of time. Let's assume you said when is the thing getting released?
Why are we going to assume that?
No, let's just
say where.
No, let's answer the question.
Yeah. Where's
Through the interwebs.
All right.
A series of tubes will deliver it to your house.
Your favorite platform.
Your favorite platform. That's right. It will be on. Oh, man. Can I speak to which platforms it's on? It doesn't matter. Point is, this podcast comes out. We're recording this on Monday. But by the time you listen to this, the thing is out right now.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
Yeah.
According Does that mean we can talk about the fact that Xbox is telling people about it right now?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Xbox,
of course, live on the pod.
Of course, they're telling people about it. It's out.
That's
but
true.
if you don't if you don't listen to Xbox and you just listen to our planned marketing beats, as you always should, then it would have dropped around 1 p.m. Pacific time / 4 p.m. Eastern time, and it will be announced at PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. That's according to our friend Grover Wembley IV. So I'm planning to talk about the thing next episode. Last week was Thanksgiving for us, so worked with a little less time. Things get a little weird, so here we are having a bit of fun. But look, if you want to have some fun, there's more than just the thing. First of all, that's out right now. Also out right now, RollerCoaster Tycoon Classic for the Switch. If you've been waiting 25 years so you can play it on your Switch, now is the time.
One of these.
Oh,
get on it. Get on it. You just showed.
Wow.
Look at all those embargoed icons. Also,
there's no embargoed icons on here. This is my retail.
Mr. Tycoon deprecated?
Why are you sweating? I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sweating. I do have Tetris Forever on here, and then Pizza Tower, Slay the Spire, and some Shantae 7 Sirens. See? There's nothing embargoed here.
It's a bunch of good games. What about that other one? Power Rangers, Rito's Rewind. It's out next week. Let's go wishlist that. Pre-order that. Get on it. Not to mention all the other stuff. We released a lot of games this year. Most recently, of course, you could still get Yards Rising, Atari 50 DLC, and the Expanded Edition. Makes a great holiday gift. All these things make a great holiday gift because there's physical versions of Yards Rising and Atari 50 Expanded Edition. And if you just want to give the joy of downloading some stuff, Killing Time, still out there. Tetris Forever, still out there. People love it. Could you believe it? We're recording this right now on December 2nd. This is going to drop the day after RollerCoaster Tycoon Classic hits Switch. Can you believe it is the first game that's ever got a 100 Metacritic score?
I can't. I'm not surprised. I mean, the work and love that's gone into that.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Wow. So that's pretty cool to just real surprise and shocking the system at the end of the year. Call up Jeff Keighley, cancel the Game Awards, and put this thing as its own category. I don't know how that works. I mentioned Thanksgiving.
I'll give him a call, though. See if maybe it makes sense to him. I don't know. Maybe you guys have your own language.
What language is that?
Whatever combination of words you just used to describe what we would do. Like he might understand that, and I just don't.
Industry lingo.
Industry lingo. It's called jargon.
Good word.
We're going to talk a lot about games, but of course, last week was Thanksgiving, and Ethan's here, and he has his demands. So I need to know, and we'll start with Sam, because you are on the left of my screen. I want to know, what's the best thing you ate over Thanksgiving weekend? That doesn't necessarily have to be what you ate during Thanksgiving dinner, because turkey, as we all know, is not a quality bird. But if that's what your choice is, I will not judge you. Loudly.
Well, I will say I was in Texas over the holiday, so it wasn't the best thing I ate.
Okay, so let's just hang on. Let's back up. Okay. I asked what the best thing you ate over the weekend was, and your answer is not the best thing you ate over the weekend.
Not the best thing. Okay, fine.
It wasn't good.
Was it a question?
We went to a barbecue restaurant. I had barbecue. I had half of a chicken. I had brisket. All the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the turkey I ate on the holiday was really good, I would say. Had turkey and all the fixins.
Are you
squash? And
are you in the pocket of big turkey? Is that why you immediately jumped to the defense of this turkey, even though
it
wasn't the best thing?
It wasn't the best thing, but it was really good.
Okay. Shout out to Salt Lick. That was the barbecue.
Yes,
you had.
I went to Salt Lick.
You don't want to name names, but hey, I don't know if we're supposed to take sponsorships on this podcast, but if Salt Lick wants to sponsor this podcast,
give us some free brisket.
Yeah, exactly.
Send it over to the office.
Shaw, what about you? What was the best thing you ate over Thanksgiving weekend?
We had all the Thanksgiving staples, which were very tasty, but when you grow up in a Pakistani household, nothing beats biryani on a Thanksgiving day. Your mom just slaving away for hours, making the rice, making the chicken, throwing it in the oven for like 8 hours. She takes it out, and you remember why you love her so much. It's because she makes amazing biryani, and that was probably the best thing I had. It was very tasty.
What's in the biryani? What kind of meats? What kind of veggies? What are we talking here?
It was chicken biryani.
Perfect.
Yep, chicken biryani with some onion, a little bit of tomato. Sometimes they throw potato in there, but this time it was just rice and meat, and it was all I needed in my tummy. It kept me warm. So it got very cold.
I think we'd be a happier country if biryani was a staple of Thanksgiving dinner.
That's what I've been saying for years.
Yeah. Let's start the movement right now, right here. Ethan, what about you? What was the best thing you ate? Or eaten? Have I been saying this wrong the whole time?
Ate it.
I'm a big believer in that the Thanksgiving sandwich, the day after sandwich, is the one true king of Thanksgiving. So, that my Thanksgiving sandwich, that's what did it.
Okay.
What's in it?
That's pretty good.
So just toast your bread, mayonnaise, turkey, and then I try to slice the stuffing so that it comes out in almost like a loaf slice, and then I pan fry that in some olive oil, and then there might have been some gravy on there as well, and then just a lot of cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
And salt and pepper, and that's all it needs. I mean, you could put some other stuff in there too, but that's all I did.
Really I like when bread becomes a condiment for a sandwich.
I love a stuffing.
Yeah, bread in the middle of the bread. I'm going gluten-free. It's my New Year's resolution.
It's your club sandwich. You make a club sandwich the next day. That sounds pretty great.
Tasty.
Well, I was look. I had the Thanksgiving dinner. It was good. There was a fried turkey. That's fine. Dark Horse came in late yesterday, Sunday night, right at the end of Thanksgiving weekend. But this all started on Friday when I watched a New York Times video on a place called Little Kieran on St. Mark's in New York City. And it was all about the pho sandwich
Huh.
at
Oh.
Little Kieran. Yeah. I'm trying to find
I saw that
this-
article. I read that same article.
You read the article? I watched the video.
Or
I
I
don't-
saw something about this new on me in New York.
Yeah. So this thing was incredible. I'm going to read the description right now. Slow braised beef, onions, scallions, cilantro, Thai basil, thin sliced jalapenos, crispy shallots, and a hoisin on ciabatta. And that sandwich is perfect enough. But then you get it with a side of pho broth. You dip that in the pho
Oh my
broth,
God.
and you immediately have one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. So not only was it the best thing I had over the weekend, it's one of the best sandwiches I ever had. So shout out to Little Karen for putting a good little button at the end of my Thanksgiving weekend. Because really, what is Thanksgiving weekend about if not gluttony? Right?
That's true.
I think it's about like colonialism or something, or
Nope. It's about gluttony. It's
Oh,
about
okay.
America, and America is about gluttony. We're really good at that. All right. Now I want to know, what are you guys playing? You know, I used to ask this question all the time at the end of the podcast. Then I got into writing all these silly games that I make people play after we play some games. And I don't know if the audience likes them. Would love to hear your feedback about it. But I enjoy writing them, and I enjoy making people play them because of how ridiculous they are. But used to ask what people are playing. I think as we're doing a bit of a rambler today, Sam, let's start with you. What are you playing?
So I don't know how it started, but we decided we were going to replay all of the games in the Phoenix Wright series. So over the holiday, we beat the first one, and now we're on the second one. They're really good. They hold up really well. There's
So
like a lot of them at this point.
So you've played them all before?
I've played the main 6. Is it 6 of them?
Well, there's
and the
3
Miles
Phoenix-
Edgeworth.
Yeah.
I haven't played the newer one they localized that was a 3DS game, where it takes place in Japan, about his like ancestor. Haven't played that, and I haven't played the second Edgeworth game. So
I'm looking forward
to those.
There was also a Phoenix Wright and
Oh, Professor Layton. I also
crossover.
haven't played that.
But that never came out in the States.
That was
Wasn't
localized, yeah.
That was?
Yeah. It's on the 3DS. I own it, but I never played it.
Interesting.
Because I also really like Professor Layton. I just never. It was on my shelf, and I never got around to playing it. Hopefully, they bring it to Switch when that new Layton game is out.
Are you a visual novel guy generally, or are you just
Not really? I really like Phoenix Wright because there's like the courtroom element of it where you're trying to figure out who did what with what and present the evidence and everything. It's just really like engaging to me.
So is this what you played on the plane to Texas with your fiance, huddled around the 3DS, yelling objection really loud?
No, huddled around our Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Waving
Can you also yell at it?
around.
Can you speak? Can you yell objection? I don't know.
Does
if
the
there's
Switch
mic
have a
on the Switch.
microphone?
I don't think so. That's what I was
I
wondering.
don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
it has
does.
touchscreen controls, so that's kind of cool.
I don't think they had. Yeah, you could just yell at it in general. That's right. Shah said you don't have to necessarily
Because there's
do it from
the
a gameplay perspective.
that they added in the first one where you have to like dust for fingerprints, and in the DS one you would blow on the mic to like blow the dust away, but in this one they just have you hit the X button.
Nice.
My immersion
Shah,
lost.
Shah or Ethan, have you guys ever played the Phoenix Wright games?
I have not.
No, I haven't.
No, kind of missed the boat. Well, look at that. You got like 100 hours of game to play because there, to Sam's point, there are a lot of them.
The courtroom aspect is intriguing to me. like gathering
It's
evidence,
really fun.
and solving things with clues. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
I never
I remember I
played
played the first one on DS, and I got stuck almost immediately because I was just really bad at that time. I might still be bad at it. Who knows? But that's a series I always want to get back to. And then I think about it, like, man, that's a lot of time. I got other way worse games that I playing through on my backlog beyond that. Shaw, what about yourself? What do you play?
it. I'm going in between two things. The first one is this very underground, not well known indie game called Balatro, I think is how you say it.
Heard about
Yeah.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a poker thing. I won my first run over the weekend. So that was like there's like no better feeling than that. So that's
Nice.
fun. I've been playing a lot of Balatro on the phone.
Do you have a favorite Joker that you've come across while playing Balatro? We've all played Balatro, by the way, right? I believe.
Yes.
I may or may not be playing it right now.
Awesome.
I really love the one that gives me chips based on how many cards are left in my deck. Like you get like +2 based on the cards left in your deck. That's a nice one. And I also like the one that gives you a multiplier based on how many jokers you have. You get like a ×2 multiplier.
Yeah, that was
Those are
pretty
good
good.
ones.
You guys have favorite Jokers that you've stumbled upon?
Well, one time I had a setup where there's a Joker that creates a tarot card if you're broke, and then there's also a Joker that if you spend a tarot card, then it increases the amount of mults it gives you. So the combination of those two Jokers, you can really like buff the heck out of that one, because basically every hand um, you can be below $2. I mean, it's pretty easy to go to to be below $4. That's a really great combo. I've never really gotten it again.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. But the idea of cards that there's some cards in there, some Jokers that just seem too punishing. It's like, yeah, we'll give you a rare card, and then you get $0, and we're going to take away all your Jokers. You're like, that sounds like a terrible deal. And then it's rare, and you're like, why? So you got to pay $12 for it. I'm like, this sounds awful. What a weird deal I'd be making here. The spectral cards, there's maybe like one of those that actually seemed useful to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is an awesome uncommon one where where you basically, and it was funny because we were just talking about this morning when I was explaining the blinds. There's an uncommon one where you get an additional 0.25 or 0.5 multiplier every single time you skip a blind. And that's pretty awesome to get in like after you have a full set of Jokers. The other thing to keep in mind, if you don't know this, little tip, is that the order of Jokers matters. So always make sure your multiplier is on the right side because it goes in
Yeah.
sequential order. Yeah, just a little pro tip for anybody getting started. Play.
Yeah, I have a foil right now. I have a foil red card, and I got it right in the beginning. And the
Red card's
red
good.
card, every time I open up a pack and then skip it, so I can open a pack but don't take it. I get +3 mult. And right now I have it up to 60 mult.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And then
The
I
best-
have two multipliers. I have a 3 times multiplier at the end that also, sorry, 3.5. So it's almost like I can play any hand and I'm going to end up with like 10,000.
Sounds like a good run. Yeah, the thing that I realized when I had the red card was that upgrading that, skipping a pack was better than like a planet card, for example, upgrading a type of hand. The red card getting 3 multiplier more was way better than using one singular planet card. And if you open a pack that has 2 cards that you could pull one and then skip it and still get the benefit of the red card.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, there you go. Tip of the red card.
Yeah.
Good one. The other game I've been playing, another very small game that no one's ever heard of, is Half-Life 2.
Part of it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're playing
Yeah.
it.
I'm playing
Finally.
it. I beat the main story today, so
Nice.
it's exciting. Now I'm playing episode 1. Good game.
So what did you think of Half-Life 2? No spoilers, of course.
No spoilers. Gordon Freeman doesn't talk. It's good. It's great.
Ah.
I know. No, I really like it. It's that last those like last 2 chapters or whatever go real bonkers places when you're like in the People Mover and you're kind of going through the Citadel and everything.
Yeah.
It's wacky. I can see why people are upset there's not another one.
That game, though, I feel like inspired so much like storytelling in first-person shooter games for its every game that's come out since then. It's going back to play that. I think it's hard to understand the level of like cinematic experiences that game created that are very unique. Were very unique to video games, and then have now been carried on by lots of other game creators since then. But that game is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of like Half-Life 2 DNA in other games now that I've gone through it. It's good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's cool.
excited for the ray traced version. Maybe
Do
it'll
you
work
have
well.
a
Let's go.
do you have a favorite section of Half-Life 2? Because the one thing the thing that I always think about with Half-Life 2, and it's the same as Resident Evil 4, is that they are both almost perfectly paced games. Whereas every time you get bored of what you're currently doing, it's like, surprise, you're in a completely different locale. And while they're not distinctly broken up into levels, the unique environments that you get funneled into each have their own little gimmick and hook to them to make it feel like a fresh experience every time. It's like a kind of way of mashing together that old school level based system with a modern, like, singular experience. So
Yeah, no, I think the like there's the like part where you have to you're going through like the city and like all the, I forgot what they're called, the Striders are just kind of like messing everything up, which got really frustrating. And then you go into the Citadel and they take all your weapons away, but you keep the portal gun, and it's like the most powerful thing in the world, and you're just melting everybody as you walk through. Feels
gravity
really,
gun.
really,
Gravity gun.
Sorry, the gravity gun. It feels really, really good.
Don't need
Like,
people to jump
everybody's-
at you in the comments.
Yeah, everybody's just disappearing.
Yeah.
So like they take all your guns away, but they leave you with something that literally just makes people disintegrate. So yeah, that whole last like Citadel part, I think really, really stood out to me.
So cool. Sam, you played it? You played Half-Life 2?
Yeah. I haven't played it in a really long time. This was like high school for me, maybe, but it might be due for a replay.
You should play it again.
Yeah,
should.
one of the cool things
Really
that
stands.
they introduced into the game that I want to go back to play is they added all of those little like nodes along the way where you can interact with them, and it's like a commentary, like a DVD commentary, but you're in a certain area. They did that on the Orange Box with like Portal, and I think
Well,
they
there was
might
the
have done-
lighthouse. Didn't they do like a lighthouse thing where that was specifically built for the purposes of the commentary? But that was just like a separate experience that they did outside of episode 1 and 2. It was some, I remember it was called the lighthouse.
I know what you're talking about. It sounds familiar, but
I
I
don't
can't
know what you're
remember.
talking about.
Yeah, that was like I want to say that's what they did. But anyway, yeah, that's very cool. I would love to do that too. It's a very interesting idea. We should put that in all our games. Let's just record a bunch of direct developer commentary. Let's just talk to our devs. Say, hey guys, put in some.
Well, I think I think what Digital Eclipse does with their games, like like the Tetris Forever and Atari 50 and Minter, and like I think their ability to provide context to what those games are as you're playing them is a really interesting and somewhat important way of experiencing, especially older games. And so I think it actually does something really similar when you're in those spaces, and you can like, I especially liked it in Portal. There'd be sections where you could like listen to a level designer explain like, hey, we tried this and it didn't work, so we ended up like doing this and this, and you can like see it in the room. You're like in there playing it, which I find really cool. It's like, yeah, it's not like any other medium.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really cool. Ethan, what about yourself? What are you?
Well,
playing?
I have a weird one. I mean, I literally am playing Balatro right now. I put it on my TV this morning, and I was in a boring meeting, and now I feel like I can't get rid of it.
It sounds like you're on a great run. So
I am on a great run.
you gotta let it ride.
Yeah. I had a really interesting game that I played this weekend, which required me to excavate a bunch of stuff out of my garage, and I was like digging through boxes to find the disc, and then I had to get all this other equipment out of my garage. And can you guess what that game was? Equipment. I needed
Can it-
equipment.
Yeah.
You doing a rock
Battalion?
band or a
Rock Band.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I was hoping
So-
DDR.
No, I do have some DDR pads, but they're pretty easy to get. But so the other thing is I don't have all my guitars and stuff that I have are for the 360, and so I don't. And I guess they don't work on the current gen platform. So
Thought they do.
I don't think that they do.
Aren't all those things supposed to work in like Fortnite now or something? They have
They may.
that rock band like mode you could play.
Well, anyways, now I'm gonna feel really dumb if I can plug them into the series, but I also don't have the game on series. I'd have a physical edition, so I also had to like pull out my 360, and I was opening up boxes to find cables, and like the different instruments needed different cables, and they were in different places. Anyway, so I set the whole thing up to show my daughter because my wife and I were telling her about how we used to play this one song that she's into right now. On Rock Band, and
Which
forced
one?
us Maps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's great.
It's having
yes.
TikTok resurgence right now.
Mhm.
Anyways, but it got her playing Mississippi Queen and some Weezer, and so that's set up in our living room right now. And there's this hilarious like pile of cables coming out behind my TV to just like make my 360 work. So that's happening. So I might go back and play some old Black Ops or something while I got the thing hooked up. So I did that, and then also 'cause I was in my living room a lot more over this last weekend, so I was playing different games than I normally play when I'm sitting here at my desk. I also was playing a bunch of Overwatch because my kids like playing that, and I like getting back into that game every once in a while.
Was it Overwatch 2 Overwatch Classic?
Right. So you're aware of what they're up to right now, as far as
Yeah.
like they're testing Classic again, and
Yeah.
it's so funny because the way that like the UI presents it to you, it's like well, if you want to go back and play an unbalanced 5-person version, it might be very chaotic. I don't know. There's some like message it puts up where it's like it might be really chaotic and not work great, but if you want to do that, then this is a good place for you to go. Kind of making fun of the players. Plus, I don't know what version of Classic it is. Is Classic like when the game launched? Is it like where the game was when the sequel like launched? I don't know. But it's still fun to go back to. It's such a great balanced game. Such a fascinating game too. Someone at some point will do a documentary on that game and how it came to be, because it's a fascinating title.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Marvel Rivals, which comes out on
Yes.
Friday. That has a lot of that DNA.
That comes
'cause
out
I
on
sunk-
Friday?
Yeah,
hmm
That's
I
crazy.
sunk so many hours into Overwatch.
Did
Like,
they know they were launching the day after RollerCoaster Tycoon Classic on the
Someone-
Switch?
I don't
Which you can-
know.
Someone should talk
Man.
to them.
You know, we should
Yeah.
talk to. Do
Bold.
you have any contacts at NetEase? We could give them a call.
to warn them.
Talk to them. Yeah, Overwatch. Overwatch is there's like a specific version of Overwatch that is like a perfect game to me. It was a very, very good era of team based first person shooters. What a great game.
Oh yeah. I've never played a single round of Overwatch, but I do find it interesting that we kind of went from talking about Half-Life 2 to Overwatch, and I think like precursor to all that stuff was like one of the precursors to that was Team Fortress.
Yeah,
I
for
played
sure.
a
Fortress
lot
2.
of Team
And there's, like, a
Fortress. It's
very-
probably
Clear through line.
I was say it's my most played game on Steam. Team Fortress. So
I think-
Overwatch really scratched that itch.
I think like what both of those games do so well is the silhouette that each character creates, that you can so quickly identify like what the players are and what they're capable of. And so it's so much more than just kind of like shooting things. It becomes this kind of like problem solving situation of like, all right, here's this character coming at me, here's like heavy coming at me, or here's like trying to remember the mechanic, who's the guy who puts on the turrets,
The engineer.
um and you kind of know what they're doing and what they're capable of, which it has a totally different dynamic than like Counter-Strike, for example, or something else that is just straight up about the gunplay.
Yeah, that's good stuff. As for myself, I'll make it quick. Just playing. I'm also playing a lot of Balatro, playing it on the trains, and I'm also playing East 10 Nordics. And that game's really good. I assure you, it's a real game.
Totally
Ethan, I know
not
you're
a
thinking
game.
not real
I
game.
love a
it's a real
good
game.
East.
It's the 10th game in the series, and I mean, it's not even that. There's like probably like 12 or 13 of them because there's Origins, and then there's some. I think there's 2 versions of East 4. Anyway, it's a Nihon Falcom game. It's an action RPG. It's very good. If you want a very very snappy, quick, kind of a lot of hacking and slashing, a lot of loot, a lot of upgrades. There's also naval battles in this game, but this guy, Adol Christian, he's just constantly getting into adventuring shenanigans. That's
He's going
just
on
his
adventures
game.
all the time.
He's always looking for adventures, and he's always finding them, or adventures are always finding him. And he's always crashing on islands, and he's uncovering maps. That's his big thing. Yeah, but this one, it kind of dials things back. In the last few games, you had these parties where you could swap between one of 3 characters, and you'd have parties of options to choose what they are. This one just kind of limits you to 2 characters, but they do a lot of cool things with the team up abilities there. So you have these individual abilities, then you have your pair up abilities. It's really good. It's good stuff. If
Wait,
it
what's the
looks
name of it
at
again?
YS 10 Roman
YS.
numeral 10. So you could, if you write YS space X,
YSX.
The game's
Lord,
really
it
good when you
looks-
have to explain how it's spelled.
see, oh yeah. It looks anime,
No, this
but
looks
it's
like
got,
a game you would play.
but it's actually got some of the most restraint of any anime looking thing, other than I think it was the Lacrimosa of Dana. That
I haven't
one
played
got
that one, but everyone
that
really
one
likes
got
that
a
one.
Did you
that,
say?
that one got a little too anime at times with some of the character designs, but otherwise there's a lot of restraint. And it's very good, very light, fun. Characters are always fun and interesting. Yeah, just a great time, a good romp.
How long will it take to play a game like this?
They say if you mainline it, it's like 20 something hours, but I'm doing a lot of the side stuff, so I'll probably drop about 40 hours into this game, maybe 45. I'm halfway through the game, 16 hours, about 16 to 17 hours in, and yeah, so I'll probably say about 35, 40 hours. It's not very difficult. That's one of the fun things about the game, is that the difficulty curve is super well balanced, so you never really feel like you're grinding. Like, you're getting hit a bunch and it's not doing too much damage, but there's still some fun countering, fun decision making. The abilities are cool. It's great. Love it. Love the series. Actually, I mean, I say that, but this is actually only the 3rd game in the series I've played fully. The first one I played was on Vita. Don't remember which one it was.
It's probably Origins, right? Or Oath?
I think
the
it was,
3rd one? Oath
yeah,
in Falcon,
no, because
I want to say.
now you're just
I don't
saying
even know if I'm
things.
saying.
The Adol was in it though. I believe so, but I
Was
didn't
his
finish
best
it.
friend in
I
it? The
don't
guy
know
with the
why.
blue hair, Dogi?
Dogi, of course. If
Yeah,
Adol's
so
in
it
it,
must have
Dogi's
been
in it.
3.
Yeah, it was probably that one.
I
Anyway, it's
played
good
the first and the second one, Origins, and the 3rd one.
Nice. This
I
takes
really
place.
like the first and second one.
The order makes no sense whatsoever. Like, the timeline of all, like, when the game takes place in the actual timeline of events, because it's always the same character other than Origins. But like, this game, it's the 10th one, takes place between 2 and 3. It's really weird. So,
They're all supposed to be like excerpts from his like adventure log or whatever.
Yeah, I
So
liken
it's
it
just
to
kinda, like, all over the place.
I liken it to a non-Daniel Craig James Bond movie, where it's like all these things happen to this guy. When? Who cares? It's good stuff. All right. Well, that
Okay.
was a fun that was a fun little discussion talking about games.
Yeah.
I love
Now-
games.
If you love games, why don't we play some games? All right. I've dusted
Oh.
off a couple games
I
I've
thought
played
you would
prior-
never ask.
Oh, there you go. See,
have
Ethan's a fan of the games.
Xbox controller right
I've
here.
dusted off some games that I've played on prior episodes, but of course the contents are different. We're gonna start with this one, a game that I called "What's on the Box."
What's on the box? What's on the box? What's on the box?
It's pretty good. Someone capture that, put a beat behind it. I'll play it every time I play this game. And by I play it, I mean I'll tell John to edit it in anytime I play the game.
We
not
do
familiar with-
need an intro song for this podcast, by the way. Every time I watch it, like the logo comes up and it's like, I'm like, oh, is my audio not turned on? And then you start, it needs a little like, doop doo doo kind of something.
A little razzle dazzle to
Little
get
razzle
you,
dazzle, some
get you
juice, as we say.
get some juice. All right.
I'll make some juice. That'll be
Make some
my
juice.
holiday project.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You please
Yeah,
put
get
some
on it.
juice together.
Yeah.
I'll do it right now.
If you're oh, he's pressing buttons. He's doing it now.
I
Wow.
made
Oh my
juice.
god. With a keyboard and all that other thing.
Delicious.
If you're not familiar with this game, don't know why you would be. Basically, Moby Games, have you heard of it? It's a website. It's got it's a database of all these games. They have images of games box art, and
Oh, no.
oftentimes they're on the back, it will describe the game. So I have some games descriptions here taken
Oh.
from the back of the box, and I'm going to read one, and you guys will take turns guessing what that box description is from or what game that belongs to. Fair? Makes sense?
As long
Is
as
it-
Sam doesn't get to guess first, can we? Because Sam's gonna get them all.
No, because
Well-
I was actually good news, Ethan, because I like going in the tradition of Doug Loves Movies, which inspired me to create a lot of these games. I go alphabetical by first name. So not only is Sam not first, but you're first.
No,
Yeah.
But
That
here's
was-
the thing.
that was a turn.
It may not be good because
I'll know what's wrong
I highly
if you get it
doubt
wrong.
I highly doubt you will know the answer to the first question. I will be stunned.
I mean, he is the VP of games.
Also, I should say, a theme may develop over the course of this game. Okay? Here we go.
Okay.
This is the first one. It says on the back, a heart-driven quest, poetry in motion, empathy through experience. Now, I will say that there's a bunch of stuff. I'm not writing everything that's
A
written on the back of the
heart-driven
box.
quest. Are we getting any other information? Like, can we get like a decade?
I'll give you a year. Yeah,
You give me
You
a
wanna-
year?
I'll give you a
Couple
year.
of
Yeah,
That feels pretty specific. Okay. Give me a
yeah,
year.
2017.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it won't help.
Heartfelt.
I don't know when games are released. They just show up. And I play
Yeah, just
them.
think.
Really know when our game's coming.
Yeah, why don't you think about a game that came out in 2017?
And this is the name of a game that we would know.
No, not this
Well,
one.
no. Okay.
You're already wrong.
2017.
What Call of Duty came out in 2017?
Oh man, you got to go back.
Was that a burn?
That's 7 years ago. Well, I mean, it's a guess.
Yeah, because like think of things like in.
Oh, by the way, we'll play first to 2 points, or whoever has the most points when we're done with all my selections.
Jeez.
I don't know, Chris. What was the name of that game? Catherine. Or
Catherine?
Oh.
Yeah. That's a heart-driven quest. Some might call
I
it
like that
poetry
game.
emotion. Empathy through experience? Well, I don't know what that means. But sure, I guess could apply there. But no, that's not right. Sam,
A Final Fantasy, perhaps one of
going
the
to
many.
need the exact title.
2017, is that 15? Final Fantasy 15? Did that
That is
come
the
out that
title.
long ago?
Maybe that's not it. Shah.
It's a some sort of Quantic Dream game. Is
Mhm.
it the Ghost one with Ellen Page?
Oh, you mean
Elliot's Page.
Beyond? Are you trying to think of Beyond Two Souls?
As
Two
featured
Souls,
in
yeah.
Astrobot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
that's not it.
That was
That's
around
not it
that
either.
time.
That it doesn't matter. It's wrong.
Okay.
It does matter. Why are you so mean?
That is a game called It's called Last Day of June.
I've never heard of that.
Sam's
Fight.
never heard of it.
Don't know why you
Not a real
would have.
game.
Don't know why you would have.
What
all
did
right.
it come out on?
I don't even remember. I got links here. Let's see. It came out. I've got the Moby Games page here. It was on PS4 and Windows. It's on the Switch. It's even a physical release. Look, here's the thing. All of these games have physical releases, which is a hint in and of itself. Because how else could I say what's on the box if there's no box?
$4.99 on Steam.
Well, we
Right?
sometimes
Think
say
about it.
back of the box metaphorically.
Not this time.
You don't
I'm being
oftentimes say, well, I read the metadata on Steam and it said this.
Right, but you wouldn't read the metadata on Steam and say, I was looking at the back of the box.
Yeah, you would. You would
No,
say,
you wouldn't.
this is-
What kind
it's
of crazy person would
this
say
is
that?
No, you would say this is their back of the box. This is what they write on the back of the box.
No
Or you
way.
sometimes you don't ever say like,
No.
it's got. Okay, whatever, dude.
All right, let's go to the next round. Ethan,
Oh, this
you
isn't
wanna
what
go
I thought it
first?
was
You're going to go
either.
first again.
But
Here we
you're
go. You
gonna.
ready?
But these are games that we definitely don't know.
No, just that first one.
Oh, okay.
You'll know all of these other ones are more known titles.
Okay. Are you gonna give us the year again, or are we not gonna get the year this time?
I'll
Can you
think
give us the
about it.
decade?
I'll think about it. I'll give you I'll give you a year. It'll give you a chance.
Doesn't help.
Tagline. And I got to say this because it ends with an exclamation point. It's Mini Mayhem.
Like a Micro Machines driving game.
Gonna need a
Did
title.
you give us the year for this one?
Oh no, 2006.
It's Mini Maze.
I
Micro
don't want to hear
Machines.
any typing, no clacking, no clickety clackety.
Mini 2006. Okay.
It's Mini Mayhem! Explanation point, if that helps.
Is it
I got
Toy
it.
Soldiers? Go with
Sam, Sam probably knows this one. Sam, what do you think? And I need exact title.
All right, exact Mario versus Donkey Kong March of the Minis. Come on, give it to me.
Is that your final answer?
Minis March again. One of those. It's Mini Mayhem.
You're so close.
Mario versus Donkey Kong. Mini March.
No,
One
I
of
can't give it
those.
to you.
I know.
I need the
I know
exact
it's
title.
called that.
You're so close, Shaw.
Guess
Sam,
I got it.
Sam, give me one final guess, and then I gotta go to
Mario
Shaw,
versus
and then you're
Donkey
gonna
Kong.
kick yourself when you don't know the answer.
It's not March of the Minis.
It might be.
Well, it's not. If you're saying it might be.
Well, no, there's more to the title.
Okay. There's other words in that title than Mario versus Donkey Kong March of the Minis.
Yes, I will give you that just because it's like it's
Tipping
great.
Stars?
And
No,
Shaw
that was
doesn't
later.
know.
What?
No, I don't know any other word that could be that.
All right,
that
Shaw,
title.
go for it. Shaw, you want to guess?
Yeah, absolutely. Mario versus Donkey Kong, March of the Minis, Adventures.
Is it
2.
DS?
No,
Put the word DS
HD.
in there.
no. Here's the actual title, Sam. I'm so
Beyond.
sorry, but I have to follow the rules. It's
I
Mario
understand.
versus Donkey Kong 2.
Two.
March of the
Ah.
Minis.
I put my 2 in the
That's
wrong
back when we
place.
were still putting the numbers in these things.
Exactly. So let's recap.
What
We've
were the
had-
March of the Minis?
It was
They're
like a
the mini-
Lemmings like
they're the mini
style
Marios,
game.
yeah.
Like you set up the level and the mini Marios all walk through it. You have to guide them to the exit.
I don't remember this game at all.
Okay.
But I've always preferred the original Mario versus Donkey Kong, where it was like a puzzle platformer.
Yeah.
Almost.
So let's
I
recap.
always like
We've had Last Day in June, and we've had Mario versus Donkey Kong 2 March of the Minis.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
the theme is just like whatever we're feeling like.
No,
Yeah.
there's a theme.
Things that have
Um,
gorillas in them.
All right, this one's long, but it's it's so insane that I wanted to read the whole thing. So here's the next title from 2003. It's long. Like I said, it's just so weird. While investigating a string of serial murders, Jack Lorsky and Karen G-man disappear without a trace. Shortly after their disappearance, we received a CD containing cryptic information about their abduction with instructions to release it to the public. The CD is inside this box. Help us decipher the CD's contents quickly so that we can track this madman and ensure Jack and Karen's safe return.
Okay.
Yeah, all that. It says all that. And it actually says more on the back of the box than that. It says
Sounds
a bunch
like
of little
a-
things, but I thought I'd spin a yarn, get you guys intrigued about this one.
Sounds like a point and click game for children.
Okay. And that's from
Did you say
2000.
It's like a
Serial
murder
murder?
in it, though. Yeah.
They had a weird
Yeah,
childhood.
well, investigating a string
They
of
were- it sounds
serial
like
murders.
it reminds me of like an old PC FMV game. That's what I first came to mind, was like some sort of like a point and click adventure PC game.
Yeah, why not name one of those?
Private January's
Oh.
detective extravaganza.
Is that the that's an erotic visual
Full
novel?
title?
And no, that's incorrect.
I feel like it's an adaptation of a TV show or something. I'm gonna say like
you want to guess one of those, Sam?
CSI something.
Mhm.
Something with CSI in the title.
Dark
That's-
December.
That's incorrect. I won't.
Yeah, CSI Dark December.
Oh man, you almost hit on the theme here. Shah.
The detective,
Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu, and the Long Dark December.
Nope.
God damn.
All right, so that is the game missing since January.
January.
All right. so
Read the back of the box again.
No.
Okay.
Gonna recap here. Last day of June, Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis. Missing since January. Okay? Here we go.
Yeah, I
By
get
the
it.
way, by the way, this is not the final game. I have one more game, so that will determine the winner.
Let's keep bringing. Yeah, bring it.
Here we go.
Wish you had
Next
some theme
one.
music or something.
2000, released in 2001. Half man, half demon, pure vengeance. Half man, half demon. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't have put the emphasis. Let me rephrase, because they're all periods at the end of each one of these. Half man, half demon, pure vengeance.
That helps.
Yeah.
DMC is the first thing that comes to mind. Is he a demon though? Is he half demon? What's the lore on the guy from, what's the guy's name?
I never
Axel?
really
Dante?
played them.
Dante?
He's more like
Yeah.
a demon hunter, right?
Dante's
Yeah,
Bell.
he hunts demons.
Yeah.
Surely he's not one himself.
Oh, what a twist.
Half. Wait, can I get a reread?
Yeah. Half man, half demon, pure vengeance. 2001.
Okay, so what is he getting revenge for? Like, what is his vengeance from, right? Like, he's been wronged. Is it maybe through the medical process of turning him into a half demon, maybe? Or maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's the human side. Maybe his human partner left them because couldn't deal with the demon side of his life, and so now he's taking vengeance out against humanity.
Maybe the demon partner left because couldn't deal with the human side.
Right.
Could go either
Maybe
way.
the demon's more of like a metaphor.
But why would you get vengeance in this situation?
Which side is
It's
In
true.
that case.
2001, you said?
Yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes it's best to. I'm
so
not gonna
I
say
don't know. I
anything.
mean, like Sean and Sam, you guys are probably like watching cartoons. Like, what were you doing in
I was watching
2001?
cartoons.
Eating
Yeah.
Cheerios and watching.
2001.
I
I
like
was playing-
Cheerios. So watch
2000
cartoons now.
2001 would have been like PS2 era, like early PS2 era, end of PS1 era.
By the way, big letters on the back of the box, like huge at the top. Then it says a bunch of stuff, but they thought this was the best tagline for this game. so that when you look at the back of the box, you're like, oh yeah, I need this. I need this game.
I have no idea.
Well, just say it. Say whatever you were thinking. Like say something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why when you read that, Devil May Cry was what came to mind. So like,
You want to go with that? Go with Devil
Devil
May
May Cry. Love in July. I don't know.
That was actually a really good one.
You want to submit an actual title?
That was shut up.
Instead
Dude,
of the last part. You want to go with Devil May Cry? Yeah, without the last part.
Sure, Devil May Cry.
That is correct.
Whoa.
He got it.
Wow,
He got it.
nice job.
Congratulations.
Oh, because of May.
Yes.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that May was in there. Oh my god.
And
is it DMC or the original Devil May Cry?
No, that's the
original.
original Devil May Cry.
It was 2001, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
think
so
too hard
stupid.
about that.
I forgot that May was already in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if you get this one.
Hey guys, that's pretty cool.
That was
I
good.
got it.
Your
You
brain's
got
not
it.
weird.
Did you know that, Sam?
No, I was gonna say Spawn.
Oh, that would have been a good one too.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Spawn.
I'm gonna walk around a little bit
Is
more
he a
chippy
demon?
the rest
Does
of the
he
day
have to
now.
do with demons? I don't know anything about Spawn other than he was in Soul.
Yeah, he fights
Soul
demons.
Calibur
Like
2.
He also fights demons.
what was the main?
Is he half demon though?
He's like
He goes to hell.
he's like went to hell
I know
and
he-
like got
yeah.
cursed by the devil or something.
Yeah, and then John Wick was
Hate
on
when
like
that
a
happens.
clown.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
I got one more here. If there's a tie, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. From 2000. Sam, you'll go first. Celebrate the Year of the Dragon with an excellent new adventure.
Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon.
No. Shah.
No. Interesting.
Yoshi's Island, when September ends.
He's not a dragon.
No. Ethan, you could make a quick guess, and then we'll
Read
call
it
you the
again.
winner. Celebrate the Year of the Dragon with an excellent new adventure.
Excellent.
Sam's going to be so mad when I tell him the answer.
Probably. Is it Spyro
I
without
don't
the
know.
three?
I pass.
Say
Yes.
Spyro Year of the Dragon without the 3 in it.
That's what I'm going to say. Spyro Year of the Dragon.
Well,
There
I
is
guess
no
it's-
3.
You got me
All
with
right.
that first one, so I'm like, he's not going to get me again.
Yeah, and I really didn't want there to be a tie. So I
Fool me
didn't mess
once.
with you. All right.
Doesn't have a month.
Spyro
in it.
Year of the Dragon doesn't have a date.
Yeah.
Month
It has the
year.
word year in it.
No, but it says year. And it's a great transition to the next game, which is
I call
Year of the
shenanigans.
Dragon.
which I
We're gonna play
call
Spyro.
the Dirty Dozen, because this algorithm does some games dirty. Now, going back to Moby games, it goes, I put in a word, or in this case, a series of words, and I took all the games out, ranked by Moby score, and the top 12 you will get scored for based on the Moby score that they have. Okay? If you get anything
I don't know what you
below,
just said.
Explain
basically-
it one more time.
Explain it like I'm 6.
First of all, let me tell you what the Moby score is, okay? The Moby, because people are like, well, what's the Moby score? Well, if you go to mobygames.com, a lot of games have a Moby score. And a
Yeah.
Moby score is the Bayesian average of critic and player ratings. You can use the Moby score to get an idea of how others feel about the game. And look, you're probably thinking, well, what's a Bayesian average? And well, reading from Wikipedia, I can tell you that the Bayesian inference is a method of statistical inference in which Bayes' theorem is used to calculate a probability of a hypothesis given prior evidence and update it as more information becomes available. So now we all know what the Moby score is. Perfect. Now, I put into mobygames.com, I searched Game of the Year. Okay? And I sorted it by Moby score, which we are now all familiar with and know exactly what it means and how it works. Okay? And and I have the list of the games in descending order by Moby score. We will take turns. we'll do
So meaning
3.
like 10 to 1?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So like
Okay.
if a game has a 10 on the Moby score, it'll probably be number 1 on the list. If
Right.
you name, so basically we'll take turns. Ethan, you'll go first, and we'll go in reverse order this time. So we'll go Ethan, Shaw, Sam. And you will tell me the name of the game. And it has to have the word it basically will say Game of the Year edition. I'll be a little more lenient here, but you have to say the full name of the game that comes before Game of the Year edition. Okay? And the higher the ranking on this list, if it's in the top 12, you will get the full value of the Moby score. So if it's a 9.5, you'll get 9.5 points. Okay? If it's below, I have 23 games listed here. If it's below the top 12, you will get 1 point. Okay?
And the top 12 of Moby score.
Correct, by Moby score.
And the Moby score is a average of critic and
We've
user
already
score.
gone through what the
Oh,
Moby
God.
score is. We know what it is.
It's the
Okay,
Bayesian
so-
score.
It's the Bayesian
yeah,
something.
it's the
I
Bayesian
don't
all right?
feel comfortable saying that word.
I thought you
Bayesian.
were talking about me for a second.
But
No,
we
don't worry about
explained
it.
what it means, so it's okay.
Bayesian.
I've gone through everything. I've quoted what it says on Wikipedia.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
All right. So
Sure.
Ethan, go first. What is your first guess?
Skyrim.
Skyrim. Let's see here. Wow, not on this list.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's crazy. Shaw.
The last
So wait,
one.
can I have one more clarifying question? Was every game on the list had a Game of the Year? I'm doing air quotes here. Game of the Year edition, right?
It said Game of the Year
In the title of the game somewhere.
in the title of the game. Right. So if
Copy.
Skyrim didn't win Game of the Year, but it had a complete edition, I did not include it.
No, I understood. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay. All right. Shaw, what's your
The
guess?
Last of Us.
The
That have a
Last.
Game of the Year edition?
Yes. No, I don't know.
No, it did not.
Wow.
Sam, you guys are off to a hell of a start.
Thank you.
Batman Arkham City.
That's a
Wow.
guess.
I believe that is the one that I had.
Sam finally hits one, and it's the number 1
Yeah.
Moby score on the list. So,
Woo!
and that is
Really?
and that is with an 8.8 on the Moby score.
Now I will say that's the only one I could think of.
Well,
So
by the way, these are Game of the Year editions that can exist from all time. Okay? So try to think past history as well, not just, recency bias. Ethan, you're up. Guess number 2.
Wait, he immediately guesses the number 1 thing? And it wasn't even the main game. Is that the sequel?
that's the sequel. That's the second one.
That's the second one, yeah.
That's the best one, I think.
What
There's
would
some weird
have a
stuff in it.
Game of the Year edition? Or, so could it... Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, don't I wonder.
I mean, can we go with Half-Life? Was there a Half-Life Game of the Year edition?
There was a Half-Life Game of the Year edition. It ranks, and this is insane, and this is why it's the Dirty Dozen, because it does games dirty. Number 18 on the list. So you get 1 point for that.
Okay. Hey, I'm on the board.
You're on the board. You're on the board.
That means
you
a
feel,
lot
You
to
should
me.
feel good about it.
Yeah, I
great.
do. I'm very excited.
Mhm. Yeah, way to go. Shaw.
Gears of War.
I like it.
Gears of War is not on this list.
That's a bunch of horseradish.
It really is. Sam.
Borderlands.
I should also say, by the way, if you're wondering also, like, how did I get this list? If
It's a
there
Moby game.
was, yeah, exactly. But if there was if there wasn't a Moby score associated with it, it's not on this list. But as far as I could find on Moby games, there is no Gears of War Game of the Year edition.
I'm gonna say Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2.
Did that have a Game of the Year edition?
Watch is like the second highest.
It's also number 1.
No. Borderlands
No.
2 is
Aw.
not on this list. All right, we're in the final round here. Ethan, This is where you could come big. You got 1 point. All you need to do, you could still win this. You still got a chance.
Edition. I also think it's funny when you think back, like it could have gotten Game of the Year from so many different places, or just decided on its own that it was Game of the Year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Although, looking at this list, they're all like I'd say they're all acceptable Game of the Year games.
okay.
One of them, which I'll just tell you, is at the absolute bottom. I think they got a little weird.
Do you remember when we did Play NYC? And across from us, there was like that writer. I can't remember his name right now, unfortunately, but he had the Game of the Year book. I have that as like a coffee table book, and I said people pick it up all the time and read it because it's because it's his Game of the Year choices from every year. And so people will read it and be like, Rock Band is number 1 from 2007? That doesn't make any sense. Or they'll like argue about different Game of the Year. So I'm like mentally trying to go through this book. And the Arkham Asylum, was that the name of it?
That was the
first one. Yep.
That is throwing me off. I wish I didn't know that was the number 1 because now
he didn't say that though. He said Arkham City. Arkham City is number 1.
Yeah. Arkham City. Yeah. That's what I asked. You said it was.
I just know because I had that. I had that edition.
I swear I had a Skyrim Game of the Year edition. Can I look at my shelf here? Is that cheating?
That seems like cheating.
Yeah. Well, you don't know the ranking.
No.
But it also doesn't seem very fair.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have any Game of the Year editions over here anyways.
You get the OG.
I feel like it's all 360
that's the other thing.
era games.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind when these things came out.
All right. Like Fallout 3. I'm going
Game
back to
of the
Bethesda.
Year edition.
Okay.
Number 8 with 8.1 on the Moby score. You've officially taken the lead by 0.3 points.
All right.
Wow. Number 8 on the list is worth more points than number 1 on the list.
No, because I already got a point for getting.
You got 1 point for Half-Life. Yeah, exactly.
I forgot we were carrying that over.
Yeah.
So I gotta get one more.
Shah, it is impossible for you to win, but please take a guess because, it'll be fun. Because it's the last round.
No, I can still win in my heart.
Okay, fair enough.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty
4.
There you go. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Game of the Year edition. Number 14 on the list. That gives you 1 point.
On the board.
Congratulations.
On the board.
Well done. Sam.
We all made it onto the board, and that's what counts. We're all winners.
By the way, at the end of this, I will tell you the full list. Sam, for the win or for the loss?
Yeah, you'll beat me if you get one of the 23 games, right?
That's true.
Yeah. And if you get one of the 23 games on the list, you're going to beat me.
Not including the 1, 2, 3, 4 that have already been said.
All right. Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right? Come on.
It's not on the list. Ethan is the winner.
Wow.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of games that like kept selling them for like years.
Yeah. Is GTA 4 on there?
Here's the list. I'm going to tell you what the list is right now.
Yeah. You're going to go in order?
I'll go in reverse order. Why not? We'll do that. Okay. I'm just going to go in reverse order from number 12.
Okay.
This is wonderful. Number 12, The Operative No One Lives Forever Game of the Year edition. Phenomenal game. If you never played it, you should. It's awesome.
I never played it.
Number 11, Little Big Planet Game of the Year edition.
Okay.
Number 10, another amazing game. Dishonored Game of the Year edition. Who knew?
Okay.
Amazing games get Game of the Year awards. Number 9.
It's really interesting to think about who published, like, because it might be a strategy for some of these publishers to do this. So it might be interesting to identify publishers across the board here.
Yeah. Number 9, Unreal Tournament Game of the Year edition. One of my favorite games of all time.
Good game.
Interesting.
Number 8, Ethan, you mentioned it. Fallout 3. Number 9, See, I thought you were just going to say this when we corrected you. Batman Arkham Asylum, Game of the Year edition.
Oh.
Number 6, you're going to kick yourself for this one. The Elder Scroll 4 Oblivion, Game of the Year edition. So not Skyrim, but
Oh.
Oblivion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually, because that goes back to what you were saying about the 360 era. Because
Yeah.
that was the 360 era one.
And whenever they reissued the game, it was always like enhanced edition or complete
Right.
edition. Like there's a lot of those, but only this many Game of the Year editions. Number 5, can't believe this didn't come up because we were just talking about it. Half-Life 2, Game of the Year edition. That has an
I didn't know they even made a
8.3.
Game of the Year edition.
Oh, I said Half-Life 1, didn't I?
Yes.
I meant
Yeah.
Half-Life 2. Darn it.
Well, what are you going to do? Hey, don't be a sore winner. All right? Don't be that guy. Number 4, The Elder Scroll 3 Morrowind Game of the Year edition with an 8.4. Number 5, the best game of all time, Deus Ex Game of the Year edition with an 8.4.
Oh yeah, I like that game.
What year is that?
That was 2001.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. That says 2001.
So that's like the
that game
PlayStation
actually
2
came out in 2000.
So is that
And
the
then-
Game of the
PlayStation
Year
2
edition
version?
was a year
The
later.
Game of the Year, correct. Game of the Year edition came out in 2001. That's why.
Duh.
Say that again, Ethan. What was that?
I was curious, yeah, if that was like the console version or something.
No, they re-released it. The Game of the Year edition included an online multiplayer mode, which was really bad, but still great. Number 2, this is the last that you didn't get because Arkham City was number 1. Marvel Spider-Man Game of the Year edition,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
2019.
Is that the current Spider-Man franchise?
Yeah, so-
Insomniacs Marvels.
Yeah. You said Borderlands 2, Sam. Borderlands is here.
One.
Not only is
yeah.
it here,
I
it's here
figured.
twice because there's Borderlands Game of the Year edition from 2010, and then there's Borderlands Game of the Year enhanced in 2019.
Oh, enhanced.
See,
They enhanced it.
Yeah, so there you go, Ethan. You're the winner. What do you have to say for yourself as the
Make sure
champion?
you spay and neuter your pets.
Oh, that's fair enough.
good advice.
Control the population. Spay and neuter your
Well, pets, but what if? But then that means less adorable pets.
No, they just make them in
No.
a lab now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds right.
That's weird and depressing. Hey, let's end this podcast, guys. Thanks for joining. Ethan,
I like
anything you want to
games. I want to play
anything
more
you want to
games.
say? Anything you want to say before we leave?
I just joined Blue Sky. Follow me on Blue Sky. Edog Lost over on Blue Sky. I know I'm following like 6 people right now, so I could really use the friends.
I'll follow you right now.
Yeah,
I'm also
thanks,
on Blue
bud.
Sky.
I think I'm just excited for the end of the year. I mean, especially with the Digital Eclipse games, Tetris Forever was incredible, and Power Rangers is also incredible. So that's coming out soon, and just really hope everyone can play that game because it is a ton of fun and such a deep love letter to that franchise. So yeah, that's a reminder to go wishlist or pre-order it. We have a pre-order discount going up until launch on the 10th, so everyone should go check that out.
Cool. That's right. Sam, what do you have to say for yourself?
I may not have won the podcast, but I feel like a winner in my heart. And I hope everyone has a great holiday. And you can follow me everywhere at smug porky. Every social media I'm on there. Most
All
of
these
them.
links will be down below. Shah, what about yourself?
Hi. Yeah, I'll echo what Ethan was saying. There's some really cool stuff coming up before the end of the year. We had a really, really crazy year this year with a lot of good game releases. I'm putting up a little sizzle reel together for everyone so that they can see all the stuff we did. But yeah, pumped about RollerCoaster Tycoon, excited about Power Rangers, and there's some really cool stuff we're announcing. The Thing,
Thing.
is out
Being
now.
remastered.
And there's some cool stuff we're announcing next year that we've been keeping under wraps. So look out for that.
Yeah.
Go get the Yarns comic book.
Oh
Stars
yeah,
Rising.
That's
Oh
really cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it's might be in your comic book stores, your local comic book stores. Go check it out.
This is what happens when you bring marketing people on a
Who
Yeah,
are marketing
podcast.
people?
because you get all this stuff that I always forget to mention or overlook. Although Shaw does a great job of like shooting me messages leading up. It's like, hey, be sure to mention this. Tell him about this. Tell him about the remix contest. Tell him about this thing. What's up with that?
I guess to that, nominate Yars Rising soundtrack for
Oh,
Steam
right. Yeah,
Award.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that. If you made
Well,
it this far, you love us. And if you
Actually,
want to go
Sam,
the extra
will that be
mile,
over?
I don't know if that'll still be happening. That's
On
what
Okay,
Friday?
well, hopefully we got nominated for
Hopefully we got
soundtrack. A soundtrack
and if
of the
not,
year on Steam
write to your
Awards.
senator and
Yeah.
tell them
Go
that it
listen
was
to it.
robbed.
Buy the soundtrack; it's really good.
Yeah, the soundtrack's awesome.
It's on
There's
Steam.
a lot of earworms in there.
Yeah, all my socials are in the description.
Yeah. Sounds good. And you can follow me at Jays of Doom. I'm also on Blue Skies. Hey, trying to spend more time on there, but also on Twitter/X. Wherever you want. I'm not uninstalling it. I'll go down with that shit.
Yeah. Same.
Although I largely just kind of post the same thing in both places. Leave some comments below. Nice ones preferred. Honest ones if you must. And yeah, next episode, going to try to organize playing the thing with some guys from Night Dive. So hit up that Discord and drop some questions in there about the thing, and I'll read them on the podcast. So thanks for listening. Catch you on the next one.
Later.